I need a little back a little further to get it in there. And the nice thing is I can just push that wire back up again after. Alright, so it needs to be about there. It needs to go there. It needs to turn there and go in that hole there. Did I bend it the wrong angle again? I don't have anything to really hold my pick guard. I'm trying to do it with my hands at the same time. Yeah, when you play with the end of this wire, it gets flattened, and then it makes a more difficult time trying to get it in. But it's in. Made my little Z. Okay, so now that goes right up there, close, and that has to go up to 1C, and 1A is not used. So, okay, and that's 1C right there. Now I pushed a lot of that back. I need to go down there. There goes that automatic meter, and then up here like that. We're going to get that cut right there. We are going to push it back a smidge. If you can grab the end of the wire, then you can just pull it back by holding it. Try not to flatten it too much because these eyelets are really small. Push it up tight, and then you can form it. Kind of like that. So that's what we are so far. I am going to do the rest of the wiring in a similar fashion so as not to bore you. If I leave the camera running, I will just speed it all up until I try to get to the end, unless I have some breaking news to cut in with. So in the end, what looks like a lot of spaghetti on a piece of paper is not really that much work on the back of the pickguard. A few loops on the side, a few loops on the bottom, interconnected to the pots, and then the jack is going to hook up from the ground to this pin here, going out to the jack, and I'm just going to put these pickups in here. I found them. They were right on the other side of my bench, in my on top of my stash. Now they've got these marked. That's neck, white, gray and black, middle, and bridge. Now they've got these separate grounds. They didn't attach it to whichever one is the common wire. And they've got white and red. And there's white and red on each one of the pickups. in exactly the same wiring scheme, color scheme, and the middle is exactly the same, white and red, and it's supposed to be opposite wound. Stand by a second. I went and got my little compass. It's a key ring, so if you ever get lost, and if you know north from south, maybe you can find your way home. I don't know. I picked that up somewhere a long time ago. Hasn't been out of a drawer in a very, very long time. What does it say on the top of that? Lytton Aero Products. Oh yeah. I picked that up at one of the avionics maintenance conferences, I think in Memphis, Tennessee, or Minneapolis. I'm not sure. So this is middle. Let's see where it goes to. South. Can you see that? That goes to an S. There. S. The light is just, yeah, there. Now if I take the bridge, she should swing to the north. And it did. If I take the neck, it should stay at the north. Where does it go to if I take this way? Let's shake it up. Well, actually, north for me, it's kind of over that way, but there, she swings to the magnet towards the north. Okay, so they did wind them that way. Now, what I don't know is, can I mount? I'm assuming the white will be the common. Now, I can't test this with a meter. I have already tested the values. I've tested to make sure that this shield is only connected to the metal case and not either of these two. So if I make the assumption that the white is going to be the common and the reds are the hots, and that the red on the middle, that's the neck, and that the red on the middle was wound in the opposite direction, it's still the hot, and the white is still the common, even though the magnet has been flipped. I'm going to have to make an assumption. I guess that's what we're going to end up doing. All right, let's, what are we going to do first? The long one? Let's go bridge, middle, and neck, work our way up. Bridge. I'm going to take these plastics off now. It says Burns Trisonic on that. Can you see it? Okay. I'm going to go and get some stuff and set up for a tap test. Right back with that. Okay. I have a simulated guitar here. Got my air bridge. We are set up with a jack. Turn these pots all the way up. Like that, so I get volume and tone. And let's see if we can get them all in there. Whoop, don't make you dizzy. All right. Nobody. Well, first of all, you got to turn that on. Ah, I hear the amp. Okay, let's go bridge. Good sign. There's a little tick, tick, tick there. And I guess that's because they're all in series. A little tick, tick. Big tick, tick. Little tick, tick. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Worked the first time. All right, let's check the volume control. Works. Tone. Works. Wow. Wow. That's impressive. First time. First time. Okay. Since that part's good, I'm going to daisy chain these pigtails on these grounds and bring them to the back of the volume control. Let me see how I can adjust these wires. We're going to give that a try. Maybe this white wire can move up a little bit inside this loop. Just like that. I don't want it to obstruct the adjustment of the pickup, but I've got them pretty much even with the pickguard so they can hopefully only come up from there. That's good. And not down. All right. Let's do a test fit in the body. You want to see? Want to see the test fit? Way over there. I got strings still attached to this thing. Do a test fit in the body. There is an obstruction. There is an obstruction. And you know what? It's the body. The routing width-wise for those pickups is just not wide enough. Ha ha! How about that? I have some body work to do anyway. I thought maybe that was going to be wide enough just to fit those in, but it's not. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to do some thinking on how I'm going to get that done on the body. It's not a lot on both sides, and we're going to take a guesstimate because I got to watch the outside or the upper part, you know, because the pickguard is really close, and if it goes too far out, you see how this goes really close to the end of that pickguard there? That goes really close to the edge of the pickguard right here. I mean, it is pretty much even with the pickguard. Well, except for the bevel. It's about a 1/16 of an inch back from under the pickguard on this one. I saw somebody do this after I decided I was going to do it, and I said, oh, somebody already did it. And he actually ended up with a problem here too, having to route out his body, and he made it a little bit too wide here, and he has a tiny little bit of little bit too wide in the body here, and he has a little hole hanging outside the pickguard. I'm going to try not to do that. I want to learn from other people's work and see if I can get that in, just in. The other thing I can do is take a little bit of meat off the end of this with my belt sander to give me a little bit more leeway. Okay. When I come back, we'll see how it worked out.